This is the recommended position of the EFI fuel pump on the Evo 2 kart engine. You can see we easily drilled a 6mm hole into the battery cover, and the fuel pump is only functioning in this position. So don't turn it opposite or the other way, it's just working in that position. So we have here the pressure line to the engine, we have here the return line to the fuel tank, and the stainer line from the fuel tank. Then be sure that the fuel pump is connected to the wire harness and the battery is loaded. So we can continue with the bleeding process. For the EFI system, we need a fuel tank with 3 connections. So we have first the strainer line. We need a fuel return line. And third, we need the fuel tank bleeding line. Next, connect the fast connector to the fuel hoses. Next, connect the fuel hoses to the location at the fuel pump. So we have the suction line, and next we connect the return lane to the tank. At last, connect the pressure fuel hose at the location at the fuel pump. Be aware that we have 3 bar fuel pressure on this side and the fuel hose needs to be clamped. Before we begin the bleeding process, connect the pressure fuel hose to the connector at the injection nozzle. Now we can start the fuel pump bleeding process. First, we're gonna disconnect the return line. Close the hole on the tank with your finger. Just take something where the fuel can run in and slightly give pressure on the fuel tank during the bleeding line until fuel flow is established. Reconnect the fuel return line to the tank. Continuing with the bleeding process, just disconnect the fuel hose from the injection nozzle and slightly give pressure on the fuel tank until the fuel flows. More. Okay, you can see a continuous flow is required. Just connect the hose again to the injection nozzle. To check if the fuel pump is bleeded correctly, just disconnect the fuel hose at the injection nozzle and turn on ignition. If there is a continuous fuel flow, everything is done perfect. At least you can connect the pressure fuel hose to the injection nozzle. And it's very important to use a clamp there because we have 3 bar fuel pressure. Together with the EFI system, we are recommending to use the airbox. Please use the S7 wires to fix the airbox with the engine to a wear fell off of the complete throttle body and airbox. Next, we're gonna start the engine. Swip the ignition to the middle position until the fuel pump stops running, and then you can try to start. If the engine doesn't run, just accelerate a little bit